You know, we're always told to make learning easy, right? But what if the real secret to getting smarter isn't about comfort at all? What if it's actually about seeking out deliberate difficulty? We're about to dive into how a tiny 3-second choice you make can actually trigger a genuine upgrade for your brain.
And this quote really gets to the heart of it. This one idea completely challenges our usual approach to learning. It's basically saying that the path to really getting something isn't some smooth, easy ride. Nope, it's a bit of a climb.
So let's talk about this idea of comfort. I mean, we live in a world that is basically designed for easy consumption. But this non-stop stream of simple, bite-sized content, it creates what we can call the comfort trap.
And here's the crucial difference. When you're just nodding along to something you already get, it feels good, sure, but that's not growth. That's just confirmation. It's your brain going, yep, I've seen this before. Real growth, well, that feels totally different. It feels like a stretch.
So think about it like this. There are two paths available to your brain every single day. On one side, you've got shallow thinking. That's the easy clips, the stuff that just confirms what you know and ultimately leads to stagnation. But on the other side, that's deep thinking. That's where you tackle complex ideas, which creates friction, and that friction is what leads to real, actual growth. Every time you consume something, you're choosing a path. Which brings us to a huge question, one that a lot of us have probably wondered about. Are we just stuck with the intelligence we were born with? Or is there something we can actually do to change it?
Well, the answer from psychology is a resounding no. Our intelligence isn't some fixed number set in stone. The research is pretty clear that it's malleable. You can train it, you can improve it, and the way you do that is by challenging it with difficult information. Okay, so how does this actually work? Like on a biological level? Let's get into the science of what this friction really is, and why that tough feeling is literally the feeling of your brain getting stronger. And this brings us to our key term, mental friction. You know that feeling, right? It's when you have to read a sentence twice, or you have to pause a video to really think through an argument. It's the sensation of your mental gears grinding a bit. That feeling is incredibly important.
We have got to reframe how we think about confusion. We're sort of taught to see it as a sign of failure, but it's the exact opposite. It means your brain has run into something new, a pattern it can't just easily file away. And that struggle, that's the trigger for building new pathways. It's literally the sound of an upgrade in progress. The process is actually pretty straightforward. First, you choose to engage with something hard, say a dense philosophy book or a tricky science concept. That creates mental friction. In response, your brain is forced to adapt, to literally rewire itself. And this incredible ability for our brains to change, well, that's what cognitive scientists call neuroplasticity. It means you can be the architect of your own brain's development.
Okay, so this process changes your brain, we've got that. But what are the actual results? What specific mental skills get a power up when you start embracing this friction?
Well, the benefits are pretty amazing. You'll see real improvements in things like your working memory, which is basically your brain's RAM. It lets you hold more ideas in your head at once. Your verbal reasoning gets sharper, helping you build better arguments. And, maybe most importantly, you develop stronger cognitive control. That's your ability to focus and shut out distractions. This all sounds great in theory, right? But how do you turn it into a real, everyday habit? That's where we get to the core technique of this whole explainer, the 3-second upgrade. And it's so simple. First, you run into something that gives you that feeling of mental friction. A tough article, a confusing concept. Your gut reaction is probably to click away, right? To find something easier. But instead, you just pause for 3 seconds. That's it. And in that little pause, you make a conscious choice. Engage with the difficulty, don't escape. And this is what makes it so powerful. That tiny pause. That's the workout. That's you doing a push-up for your brain. It's where you exercise that cognitive control we were just talking about. Every single time you choose to stay with it instead of swiping away, you're actively strengthening the part of your brain that's responsible for deep focus and deliberate thought. So let's pull all these pieces together. We've looked at the problem, we get the science, and now we have the technique. Now it's all about making that mental shift and actually putting this wisdom into motion. This is your new mental operating system. It's all about flipping a script. Stop treating confusion like a stop sign and start seeing it as a signpost that points directly toward growth. Actively look for the uncomfortable book or the tricky article. Lean into that friction,
because now you know that's the very thing that's making you smarter.
Because at the end of the day, understanding this is one thing, but applying it, that's everything. The whole goal isn't just to know this stuff, it's to live it. It's about turning passive knowledge into an active, intelligent habit. And that leaves us with one last question for you to take with you. This isn't theoretical, it's a challenge. After this is over, what's the first complex, uncomfortable, or difficult idea you're going to find and give that 3-second pause to? That choice right there is your first step to a real upgrade.